everybody. Good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Friday morning. Shortly after 7 o'clock, we had some flurries, some light snow, some sprinkles or light rain overnight last night, early this morning, but a lot of that is now off to our east. We're starting to clear up those skies, and that should be a continued trend. So we're going to gear towards a mostly sunny morning. Now, I will mention, though, winds are pretty brisk this morning out of the west and northwest. Some of the strongest winds up here in northern Nebraska and near the South Dakota border. Those are where some of the strongest winds are right now. Those winds, strong still this morning, should gradually die down as the day goes on. Much lighter later today, especially in eastern Nebraska. These are going to be your lightest winds right in here. A little bit of a southerly wind returning here. Clouds will be on the increase late this afternoon and into this evening ahead of a cold front, and moisture starts to move in to northern Nebraska, and it will be cold enough. This will be mainly all snow across the north, and notice it is mainly up here around Highway 91, which is about right here and northward. Now, south of that, flurries, might even see a little bit of drizzle or freezing drizzle here, depending on that temperature as it drops off tonight. South and southeast winds feeding into this thing. Low pressure right there, just moving into Cherry County, and there's going to be a warm front right there, cold front right here moving into the northwest part of the state. Now, as we head through the late night hours, let's take you through Saturday morning, early morning. And by the time we get to Saturday at 7 a.m., our low pressure moves from here to here. So it's now near Kearney. Stationary boundary east of here, cold front right there. South of that boundary, maybe some clearing early in the day tomorrow, and that's where your warmest temperatures will be. Behind that boundary, the northeasterly winds kicking in. It will get windy, and temperatures will start to take the plunge behind that front. And I'll show you that in just a little bit. Meanwhile, the snow continues across the north, and with those winds strengthening, blowing snow could be a problem. Blowing and drifting of snow. Poor visibility, some drifting as the snow continues through the morning hours, but starts to move off to the east as we get towards the afternoon. There is noon tomorrow. Cold front's now out of our area. We are all behind the cold front. We are all now much colder at this point, and it's going to be windy out there. Blowing snow still a problem up north, even through the afternoon, even though the snow is gone. Lots of cloud cover for the rest of us, some lingering snow out west. Winds kind of still blustery tomorrow night into Sunday morning, but they should die down a little bit. Very, very cold air down in place at this point here. And then on our Sunday itself, kind of a not nearly as windy day out there, slightly breezy, but not as windy. Cloudy skies, and still a slight chance of snow. The best chance is going to be out here to the west and northwest on Sunday into Sunday night. So, winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories up north will start at 6 o'clock tonight and continue until 6 p.m. Saturday here. And here, Saturday, it will continue until Saturday at 3 p.m. here in the northeast part of the state due to that blowing snow threat through the afternoon, even as the snow comes to an end. Wind chill advisory will kick off Saturday night at 6 o'clock and continue until 10 o'clock on Sunday morning. I'm going to take a quick pause real quick here. You can continue to watch. I'm going to talk to my producer real quick, or my director real quick here. Hey, Kaylee or somebody, can you hear me? I'm recording, so if you could skip this cut in. Okay, Aaron, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yep. All right, I apologize for that. But again, I wanted to just get my director information here real quick here so I can stick with this recording through the entire time. But here is the continued, again, information I do want to mention real quick. The wind chills, while getting quite cold behind that cold front, will probably not be to the extent where we need a widespread wind chill advisory. Right now, the Goodland National Weather Service, their criteria for a wind chill advisory is a little bit different than the rest of the area. We probably won't get quite that cold, but it will be cold enough. I'll talk more about that in just a bit. Let's look at snowfall totals first, though. Again, the bulk of the snow is going to fall tonight and tomorrow morning. And it's northern and northeastern areas with the heaviest snow, especially near Highway 20 and northward. So 4 to 8 inches of snow right in here. Highest amounts probably close to the South Dakota border. And then a sharp drop-off as you go south of there, where we're probably looking at 1 to 4 inches of snow right in here in that winter weather advisory area here. And then once you get south of that, these amounts of 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10 of an inch, I don't even think we'll get that. These are probably overdoing it. This model's probably overdoing it. Most models have a little something, but I think our amounts across most of the rest of the area will be little to no snow accumulation, other than out west here, near the Colorado border. Saturday night into Sunday morning, there is a chance we might see some minor snow accumulation right in here. Maybe an inch or two of snow. So I will mention that. But certainly the heaviest snow will come between Friday night and Saturday morning across northern Nebraska. Well, temperatures for today, these are your highs. Will top out in the mid to upper 30s and lower 40s. Not super warm, but as good as it's going to be for days to come. Tonight, lows dropping back into the teens and 20s, but temperatures will actually kind of take the plunge early tomorrow morning in northern Nebraska. We'll talk more about that in just a bit. Highs tomorrow, and these are going to be early day highs, teens, 20s, and lower 30s. Most places will see these highs near or before sunrise with falling temperatures once that cold front comes through. So let's take a closer look at the actual kind of temperature trend here. So I'm going to jump ahead to tonight. Now as we get, or to late afternoon today, and as we get into tonight, again, we won't fall off much overnight tonight until early tomorrow morning when that cold front starts to sag southward. And you see where that front is right here at 8 a.m. Saturday. North of that boundary, it's getting colder. It's still pretty mild, but then watch what happens during the day Saturday. That colder air sinks southward. It'll be much colder in the afternoon. That's not even factoring in winds. The winds will be blustery, so our wind chill is probably going to be closer to zero, if not colder than that in some places, especially up to the north. Wind chills will probably be below zero. Now, tomorrow night into Sunday morning, these are your lows. Single digits above and below zero, right around zero in the Tri-Cities. Wind chill values probably going to be closer to 15, maybe 20 below. But again, right as of right now, the only advisory is the wind chill advisory, southwest Nebraska, and that will go from 6 p.m. Saturday night through 10 a.m. Sunday morning. Sunday at South, highs, single digits and teens. Not a super warm day. It's going to be a cold day, a little breezy still, but not as blustery as Saturday and Saturday evening. But very cold conditions are expected during that time frame. We'll keep that going for another couple of days beyond that as well. So again, this is not going to be as bad as what we saw back just before Christmas a little over a month ago, but the coldest air we've seen since then. So this is kind of hey, get your heavier coats, your scarves, your gloves, your hats out just to be ready for it because the cold air is returning. Let's look at the long-range forecast here. Here's your 7-day forecast. First with the next 3 days, again, you see the temperature plunge. Falling temperatures during the day on Saturday, much colder Saturday afternoon into Saturday night. Sunday still cold. Some lingering light snow on Sunday. We won't see much snow here in the Tri-Cities area. Then dry weather, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Still cold Monday night. Tuesday better, but still a high of only 20, and the low still close to zero Tuesday night and a Wednesday morning. And then it's low to mid-20s for highs Wednesday into Thursday as we continue to see that slow climb back upward by the end of next week. So by next Friday into the following weekend, maybe back into the 30s for the first weekend of February. So that'll be at least an improvement. But the weather does look like it will turn fairly quiet once we get beyond this weekend. See, there's the snow tonight. This is the European model. Minor snow through the rest of the weekend, and then not much after Sunday night. We're mainly looking at quiet weather after that for the most part. Bigger system to our south. We won't see much around our parts, though, all the way through the first weekend of February. So again, here's the the GFS forecast model. There's the snow tonight. Lingering snow into Sunday, not much. Mostly out west. And then we're looking at mostly dry weather through next week. Not a lot for moisture chances next week into the following weekend. So real quick, one more graphic real quick I want to show you, and that's the national trends temperatures. Here comes the cold air sagging southward Saturday into Saturday night. The worst of it's going to be to our northeast. We're only getting a glancing shot of the cold air. That's why we're not going to be as bad as what we saw back in December. And then we'll start to see some recovery next week as the really bitterly cold air looks like it's going to stay closer to Hudson Bay and the Great Lakes region there. And so we'll just slowly start to warm up as we get towards the end of the week and into next weekend. A little bit of a return to some milder air. But what is that to the north? We'll see if that stays to the north or not. That's going into the second week of February, and that's a long ways out from now. That's, we're talking 12, 13 days away there. So I'm not going to get into too many details of that right now, but we'll see if it looks like that one, at least it tries to keep it north. We'll see if it comes south. It's still up in the air right now. That's a long ways out. We'll worry about it when it gets there. But again, let's focus on these next few days. And again, big plunge in temperatures. Not much snow for us in the Tri-Cities up north, though. That's where the snow will be heavier in the northern parts of the state. O'Neill, Bassett, Ainsworth, Springview, Spencer, over towards Creighton. Those areas are going to be hit hardest with this upcoming Hardington. Those areas get hardest with this next round of snow coming in tonight and tomorrow, while we get minimal amounts, and we're just dealing with the cold for the rest of the area. So there you go. There is your forecast for today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay warm out there, and I will see you on a frigid Monday morning. Until then, take care and God bless. Bye.